Hey yo, so just getting ready to clean up and go in. I got church tonight, so we're gonna get some grub and then do some Wednesday evening church. Just messing around here, kind of just getting things mocked up. Those are just sitting there, but you see where we're going with this, right? This whole deal will slide, brakes will move with the pedals, yaggity 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 yak. I still got to make a brake caliper mount. That one's not long enough. It's not tall enough to do what we're doing here. We have to add some more material on top of the 1x, just to strip down the middle, just to give it some we'll stitch weld it on just to give it some heft, so we have more thread per inch, because we're going to thread a few holes in here. What I did here was I marked off from the nut bar, from the furthest part down in the nut bar, 30 inches. That's me. 29, 28 for Rich, 31 probably for Kenny. His legs are a little longer than mine. And so we can go, just so we got enough span. So we'll put some more material on top, probably a strip of 1/4 inch. I got some 1/4 inch stuff here. We'll probably cut, I don't know if it needs to be one solid piece or not, but just where we're going to put the bolts that bolt it down. And we'll put them in different locations. That'll give us 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 different adjustments here. So obviously this rod's going to be a lot shorter. Really, it doesn't need to be any longer than this block, because all the adjustment goes on here. You pull on the rear and you bring in your fronts. Now what you see going on here is there's no jam nut here, because there's a rod. You got to have jam nuts in either heim, right? So you can literally... if you turn this in, you could literally preload and get more, the front working before the rear. So that's how the delay bias works. It's genius. It's absolute genius. I don't understand why people use that flip-floppity thing, pulling more from one direction than the other. I think as you pull on the faster you go to the pedal, the different rate of speed that you go to the pedal, and dropping and lowering the arm, the rod at whatever pickup point on the pedal is going to change that. I don't like, that's bunk. And you can hook a cable to this and adjust it all the time. I'm just really super comfortable with this setup. We've used it forever and ever. It's flawless. It works fantastic. And like I said, you can get it to where there's more rear brake, or you can preload a little and get a little more front than rear, which is the way I always like it. Probably real neutral on a light, low horsepower car like this, but you see what we got going. I took a piece of 1x2 and actually left, as you can see here on the bottom, left the sidewalls and a bit of the bottom for strength. It's not, that's good. Solid 1/8 inch right there, I guess. Feels pretty heavy duty. We're not really worried about weight, because we're not going to run this car for rules and legal. So this is, to me, better than bending a piece of flat, heavier metal. This is going to give us good strength. And once we get everything in place, the throttle cable hold down and everything's on here, we'll go ahead and drill lightning holes in it, and we'll lighten it up and make it look real cool too. But just gotta work on where exactly all this is going. We're gonna get rid of this. I don't know why anybody would run 2 brake lines. You always run to a T. That's how I was taught. Makes perfect sense to me why you'd want to run a short line and a long line. I understand once everything's bled that pressure is pressure. It's all pushing from the piston right out the line, so theoretically it should work the same, but it doesn't. When one's line is longer than the other, 3 words for you. Actually 4. Path of least resistance. That wheel is going to do more braking than this one if the brake line is shorter. That's been my experience forever and a day. So we always put it on a T, or make these lines exactly identically the same length. But it's just double the fittings and all that. No, you get a nice little T right here, tee it off. You put 90s in here and run the brake lines, so when you turn, there's plenty of leftover brake line, you know, to slack in them, you know, so it'll turn. This is ridiculous. It's pointed right at your leg. It's just stupid. But hey, we're RPMing this bad boy. We're going to fix it up and do it right. And this will be a sweet little ride when we're done. It'll have all the cool, nice, modern day stuff that we put on all of our karts since me and Rich have been building karts. Brakes have always been between your legs. So, yeah, this will be fun. This will be fun and cheap because the car was already pretty much together. All we need to do is finish it off, right? So just changing it to suit us, making some things a little more comfortable. Went ahead and notched those little tabs, and we're going to reuse those, just trying to locate, you know, we put the seat in just to locate where this thing went, you know, to get the steering wheel in the middle of the seat and all that. But we'll tack all that in and let Rich come over and weld away. I'm going to get all the metal pieces and stuff cut up and fit up, and I'll probably just tack them in place. That way all he's got to do is come over and, you know, either add more tacks or whatever he wants to do, and then go ahead and weld it up, because this weekend I'm going to finish painting the trailer. So a lot going to get done this weekend. Been working on this one as well a little bit, tearing things down, inspecting things. Went over to the trailer and picked up some brake line fittings, another sprocket for the engine for the RVX XX when it comes back. We're going to change gearing because we're going to go back to the big 650 6-inch tires, and so it's a bigger around tire, so the gearing has to change. So we picked up all of our notes and stuff from the trailer, and we got everything. This I was telling somebody today, Kart, this is all the scale history for everything we've done. My kart, Richard's kart, super kart stuff. Jamal's kart is all in there too. This is all track notes, setup and gearing and jetting, weather, different dates, different tracks, tire circumferences. So this is all at the track notes. And then this here is going to be engine setup only. After rebuilds and rebuilding stuff, piston clearances, head CCs. We have different, this when we send our reeds off to Carbon Tech, they have them make us reeds. Just all different kinds of stuff. Got some jetting clicks for the clicks and jetting equivalent for the master tune. Different squish with different heads, volumes, notes on everything, how stuff was set up when we first got it as it was shipped, right? So yeah, some of this stuff is you know, 5-6 years old. You know, here's something that's just when we rebuilt the RVX, and then it never went anywhere. We have all the notes, the clearance, ring end gap, squish, volume, all of that stuff before we sent it off to Swede Tech to get worked on. There's another one of these probably in the trailer that has all the stuff. I mean, the RVS and the VL as they were sent, the first two Vortexes we bought way back in 2010, and how they were shipped and how many gaskets they had, and underneath all of it. You got to keep that stuff. You have to know where it was. So if you need to, at one point in time, if you need to go back to, you know, where it was when you first got it, you know how it's set up. So can never have too many notes. So that's it for today. Take note. The lesson today is take notes. God bless, Godspeed, y'all. I'm praying for you. Pray for me. We need it too. It will get better. I was saying the other day, boy, gee, I hope it gets better. It'll get better. It's going to get better because Jesus is coming. I hope he meets me in Daytona. God bless y'all. Hang in there. Talk to y'all later.